Hey everyone, it's Garrison here and welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be finally doing my first listen / full-on review to Drippin's second single album called Villain Zero. Now, as some of y'all who have seen my initial reaction and review to their title track song, Zero, I was more than thoroughly pleased with their comeback. I actually loved it to the point where, hey, this is a 10 out of 10. This is a masterpiece, because from what I was hearing, performance-wise, the passion, the attitude that they brought with it, that got me so reminiscent of some early gen things, yet on the instrumentation side of course, of bringing in some modern day elements as well. So pretty much getting a little bit of best of both worlds, but at the same time hearing Drippin mature their signature sound up another notch with full-on rock and that rock guitar going on in that song. Like, come on, what's there not to love for Zero, right? But aside from that, that got me curious how the B-sides are gonna play out. We got two brand new B-sides, and I'm sure I'm gonna take my sweet time covering these two respective songs. So with that being said, enough talk. Let's dive into this album review now. Alright, so this first song is titled Game. I'm seeing 3 individual members coming from 153 Jumbas. We love to see it on the lyric side to this song. It just seems like every time when any of the members from 153 Jumbas come through for any respective song, for any respective idol group or artist, they just seem to hit the right notes and do the right things, of course, when it comes to them. But I'm seeing a Wave Shower and Andy Love. Not too familiar with Wave Shower as compared to Andy Love, but from what I know, Andy Love has worked with Monsta X, if I recall correctly. Even the likes of BAP, so I'm not going to be fully surprised if I can sense some of those influences coming into Game here, but let's go. Oh, this intro though, with Yeonsong, very fitting. Love the strumming though, and these chords. I already have a good feeling about this one, guys, just with the passion that's presented here. It's all about the drop for me here. It's building up. Zero sum. Woo! With the horns there too. What a drop of the chorus there. Quite the rhythmic or rhythm this song has. Woo! Donghyun! Oh, I really love Jinho here. What I love a lot too is the ad-lib work in this too. Not over the top with it. Very easy to listen to. Okay, bridge. And Jinho's leading this, huh? Now Yeonsong. Build up the snare drums. Woo-hoo. Man, just how the horns cut through everything with the vocal work being done. And the one thing that really stood out to me instrumentation wise was the string work done in game here. Where do I even begin with this? Going from the title track to game here, I feel like it is well thought of. Placing game right after the title track, which is way more up in front of your face and jarring, right? This one's more laid back with it. Not too laid back, but most importantly, tying from the lyrics to the composing side of this song, I could really sense that gritty passion of winning the quote-unquote game, right? There was like one line about like losing or something like that. I don't want to lose this, right? And how that transitions into Dongyun and then later on into Jinho was chef's kiss. Like that transition there was smooth and clinical. Like I love that transition a lot. But then moving on later on into the song, I really love how enthralled, and I would say, I should say that tensions feel more built up during the bridge. Like everything seems like buckled down, and it's just you're waiting and waiting for that breakthrough moment, and boom, it just happens with a final chorus and an outro. With that being said, right, pretty standard arrangement, right, with the intro, verse 1, wrapping it up with a chorus and an outro. And it goes to show you, I find myself saying this time to time for other Woollim artists as well. I'm talking about Golden Child. I'm talking about, even if I recall correctly, Eunbi's title tracks. I've covered Lovely's in the past before, Infinite. No matter, okay, if the arrangement's like, whoa, chorus verse, or it's like a standard arrangement for any of these Woollim artists, especially Drippin, they come through with good music. Like, they know what they're doing, and I just feel like everything is so well thought of for the A&R and setting up Drippin like this, and matching who's working with who. You know, of course you have your go-to in-house Woollim producers and stuff, and producers and songwriters that tend to work with Woollim artists and know what they're doing to, like, yeah, this is what Drippin likes to do, and this is what Drippin sounds great and how they should approach it, right? So that I always feel like there's always this expectancy where my expectations are always gonna get met, like for any of these Woollim artists, I've got to say. And though Drippin, similarly for Golden Child, I'm really glad that in a quick period of time they have been able to slowly but surely mature their signature sound, and out of the blue they could do something bright and cutesy. I wouldn't necessarily say as a full-on mini album, but like maybe a digital single, a single album, right? However, I don't want them to do it as often after hearing what Zero happened, especially Game here. The one thing that I stress a lot is that I want to hear more orchestral instruments. I want to hear more passion, right? And these days in K-pop, right, I don't always feel that a mixture of emotions that are being conveyed or the intentions of a song. And also, of course, passion, most importantly. Whether it's like dragging your lines, game, or how, in that kind of succession, the lyrics are done with the composition of a song, the song structure, and all, of course. So it's like, sometimes I feel like when it comes to others, and this is no beef and all, it's just my personal taste and liking, it's like, really well composed, really well produced and all, but there's just something missing, that it factor. Whether it's something powerful as nostalgia, I'm not talking about Drippin's song, but something as powerful as feeling of nostalgia, but any sort of emotion that I'm sensing it, where I could be like, yeah, I gotta replay this over and over again. And with that being said, game has massive replay value to it. So let's just dive back into the song and break things down that I really wanted to talk about, and then really find things that I may have missed in this. Yeah, just that constant strumming. And like I said, remember what I said about Yunsong. This guy is out to get me, for real. Like, the way that he delivers himself. And I love how the people behind the scenes, I'm sure, like, I've heard it time and again, like, from whether it's songwriters or producers, they're not always in charge of the final draft. They're not, like, necessarily in charge of, like, line distribution. But I really love hearing Yunsong lead songs or kick off songs or lead a certain section, because he is more than capable of to do so. Like, I feel like he has that fitting role for Drippin that makes Drippin's signature sound so integral, right? So genuine and passionate, right? And like, seriously, this intro, I love how it does that. It like sets the tone of the song. Love these keyboard or piano chords with this constant strumming. See what I'm saying? Something simple like this. My lost orbit, my gravity, talking about like my broken universe and all. Not that much instruments are introduced yet, but there's this constant strumming. And then there's these like, I wouldn't say like full-blown sentimental piano chords, but it's like got you feeling something, you know? And it has this very spacey, dream-like feel to it, right? So like I said, I want to reiterate here is like everything is so meshed well together and so well thought. It's not like randomly put together. Then the snare drum or like electronic drum kit work. I love how rudimental it is. It sets, I would say, the backbone to this song alongside with the guitar. And then notice this, okay? What's really smooth about this pre-chorus to the chorus is, I don't wanna lose this. Then after this, it cuts off. That's the pre-chorus right there, ladies and gentlemen. But then it just instantly hits us, the members here. Game. Now we're into this amazing drop of the chorus. So I like it, you know, the quality of the chorus matches the quality of the pre-chorus. And I stress this time and time again, in this generation of K-pop, I'm always have these lingering feelings of like, man, I wish the chorus was as good as the pre-chorus, or the chorus is way better than the chorus. Like the pre-chorus is what sets it up and all. And sometimes I don't mind the pre-chorus to be better than the chorus and certain things like that. But that's one thing that I'm missing a lot, is a strong chorus these days in the K-pop scene. And whew, Game here has a really good chorus. Don't even get me started with the string work in the back right there. I feel like it's slightly more heavy on the left side, my ears. Woo! That constant strumming, very sharp with it, with Dongyun's sharp delivery and his approach, how he jumps on the beat. And hear how smooth that is transitioning into Jinho, where he's more light with it, less sharp with it, yet, you know, adds more lightness to it, right? This life, yup, right? If I recall, this is yup, right? I love these kind of ad-libs that add more of that passionate feel to it. And then, yup again, right? Again? And then as we progress and progress, let us go into the bridge. And again, boom, horns, ayo, ayo, and then Jinho. I love how different members here are taking the lead, taking the charge, putting in are in the forefront in this bridge, right? Lose this, boom. I'm gonna play this out, guys, because I love this song that much. I noticed that they actually performed this at their comeback showcase, so I'm gonna have to watch that performance on my own time. That is cool, but like, yeah, I either win or lose. It's a zero-sum game, you know. Even though I keep on losing, I wanna and keep on falling, right? I want to rise up, okay? I want to win, you know, and I don't want to lose this game, okay? And wow, this line here by Jinho, I think right here, right? Talking about a beautiful life. The lyrics, I can't stress this enough. You know, of course, there's some lost in translation, as always, when it comes to color-coded lyrics or lyric videos and such, and lyrics that you see on the internet. But like, woo, I love the lyrics in this one. See what I'm saying about certain production teams and certain individuals coming from production teams and like several other teams. But wow, gotta give it to everyone behind the scenes. Really love off this song, but really we're off to a great start to this album review. But let's get into the other B-side now. All right, so this other B-side and the final track to this single album by Drippin is titled Trick and Treat. I know I delayed this review for months now. We're already in October, so very fitting per se in terms of the timing. With that being said, really curious how the I would say lyrics play out based on the titling of this song, but I'm seeing Eamon, love to see it, very familiar with the team aiming, but also I'm seeing Christopher Semelius. Now, Christopher Semelius, I've yet to familiarize with this individual, but I've seen him take part with groups that I need to cover still, with the likes of EXID, if I recall correctly, Super M, and then the recent ones, definitely EXID and ITZY, right? So, yeah, let's dive into Trick and Treat now.
Trick and Treat.
Oh, that intro. Oh, that dip. This very rock-heavy guitar. That howl. Is that howl? Oh, wow. This is much different than the title and the other B-side. I mean, They're saying it for themselves. They got the passion. Ooh, Yeonsong. Could totally sense a choreo for this as well. Oh, Alex. Haters don't be mad. Wow, this is definitely a whole new side to Drippin that I somewhat appreciate a lot. Not gonna lie, guys. Ooh, that drum kit work. Whoa. I'm sensing some modern day elements, but also like earlier gen K-pop influences. Hey. Dongyun. I gotta say, you know, this hook is very obnoxious, but in a strange way, but in a good way at the same time, if I could put it the best way. Like, I dig it. Some risers or sirens there. Ooh, a high note there. Ooh, I gotta turn this up. What is this break here? Oh, that is cool. That distorting of that bass, I believe. Got me slightly reminiscent of BAP and EXO at the same time. Yeah, speaking of EXO, the howl. That snare drum work though. Ooh! Yup. Wow. I love how obnoxious this song in the most sensical kind of manner. And I say that because of the hook, of course, this song. It does slightly more than its job, you know. It's got me super engaged, super hyped up. A very bombastic kind of energy that feels very daring at the same time. But yet again, you know, despite this being way different from the previous B-side and title track, I love how this shows a brand new side to Drippin that, hey, you guys mess with this too? We mess with this kind of route too, and a mixture of instruments and elements of course. And I gotta say, usually I don't mess with these kind of songs, but Trick and Treat, I love how there's these nuances not only in the production side of this song and the overall song structure of this song, but also in the vocal work. Like, come on, I feel like if the vocal work didn't have its like peaks and valleys, right, I wouldn't love this song as much. Like, come on, you hear that, those high notes from Hyup, and then these that verse 2 that was like straight fire with it, that bold line of haters don't be mad. I believe we even got an interlude prior to verse 2, which was really sick. But obviously, to really talk about the elephant in the room is that break. That break that seems like if there was a performance for it, I don't know, I haven't seen it, there would be a crazy dance break. And I love how the rhythm to it just feels so BAP warrior, right? I feel like I mentioned this before already for Drippin or for another group, but I love how it got me reminiscent of a little bit of BAP, but also like obviously the howls and certain moments where I'm like, it's like raining back from the day of like Woof, Wolf by EXO, and certain other EXO tracks as well. But like at the same time, most heavily is what I noticed about Drippin, right? That is so signature about them. Like even now, further on in this, no matter how the arrangement is and all, I love how, even though one switch up may be drastic, it's so smoothly transitioned, right? And I gotta give it again to the respective people that worked with Drippin behind the scenes that I mentioned earlier. I wouldn't say this is like so up my alley in terms of taste, but a song that I could really mess with from time to time, and it has decent replay value. I'm talking about like an 8.5 out of 10 replay value, which is huge because typically for these type of songs that I listen from, like most heavily and most specifically for these rookie boy groups and these new boy groups that, you know, say, hey, I've got it all, you know, I've got that swagger, I'm the coolest or something kind of mentality. I'm like, okay, you know, and then sometimes there's just too much ad-lib work with the skirt and like all that stuff that I feel like is so unnecessary and all. Like I feel like there's a good balance here, a good ebb and flow in Trick and Treat, right? It's got its passionate moments. They literally say it themselves. I got the passion. Goes to show you, very memorable, right? But then there's these very cutthroat, daring moments with the verse 2 and the break in the song, I've got to say. So let's dive back into it from the top down. Come on.
And Treat.
That dip from the intro. And how gritty this rock guitar is. Ow! So not necessarily referring to Halloween and Trick or Treat, yet I'm sure there's comebacks gearing up that's catered towards the theme of Halloween. The one that I've seen so far is, on a side note, is Chaeyoung, that I'm definitely gonna have to cover her solo debut. As always, Yeonsong. I love how it carries on the Jungkook, and like here are the slight moments that he's like on here. Taya. I love, you know, some brief moments we could hear like the breath work, you know, when it's inhaling. It's a small detail, but it adds a lot to that feeling that I explained earlier in the song. Very daring. That ow! Yeah, this was the interlude. Trick and treat, trick and treat. I love that added like sort of prolong. I wouldn't say necessarily stutter, but like that addition of trick and treat. Then there's this moment where I'm like, huh? We're on the same song here? And I feel like this is more of the treat side, right? The trick side is everything prior to this and after this verse 2. A like slight scream in the back there earlier. With that being said, I love the vocal layering and layering in this song. Now we're back on like sort of the trick side, I believe. The howling again. Now take me to the break, you know, the elephant in the room of the song. Nah, I love it. I love it. It's like unleashing the inner wolf of Drippin or something. Like, I don't know what I just said, but like, you feel me? It's like Hyup's like ripping his shirt or something. Like these sirens or these risers. Boom, 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 boom. Hoo, hoo, hoo. You know what I'm saying? The hoo, hoo, hoo. That's what I was talking about, the reminiscent of BAP. Oh, that drop in the bass there. And then how it builds up for another high note, if I recall correctly, into the final chorus. Okay, it was a howl. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? There's like that buzzer beat, like, and at a sports game or something like that. I love that sampling in there. It's hard to notice, but as I hear it more, I'm like, it works somehow. Again, there it goes again. So pretty much to sum it up. There we go. Oh, for the outro. That's cool. So to sum it up, Trick and Treat has a good amount of everything. I'm sure someone who has like similar taste to me, based on what I said earlier about like emotion and passion, adds so much to a song that, hey, it might not be that good, or a song that's really good, right? It adds so much levels and layers. And for Trick and Treat here, I can definitely tell this won't be necessarily anyone's cup of tea, and especially for the fans of Course hearing this new side to Drippin. But I do appreciate them pivoting slightly to new side where we haven't heard from Drippin ever, and especially title track, right? It's got like more so of that aggressiveness that I'm feeling from Zero, compared to, of course, Game, where it has that more so of that emotional passion kind of side, right, from Zero. So it's like I feel like there's drawing like inspirations from the two, and it was really smart to pick these two songs for Zero, despite, you know, not both B-sides being done by the same teams and the same people, right? So freakishly, I would say obnoxious in the most weird yet sensical kind of manner by Drippin and Trick and Treat here. So with that being said, guys, Game, if you've seen this channel for quite some time now, Game definitely has to be my favorite B-side, and it takes the cake because of longevity value it has, the replay value it has. And then moving on to Trick and Treat, you can't go wrong with the song, listening to the song here and there. It's not necessarily a song that I would put on repeat, not necessarily up in terms of my alley, but I appreciate a lot of how it was laid out and set up for Drippin themselves in that kind of succession, who took on what part. I really love Alex's part, of course, in the Trick and Treat here, but especially the major highlight is the bridge in Trick and Treat. Obviously, title track is still #1 on the second single album. That is good to say, as always, for a title track to be better than B-sides is the reason why. The intentions of a title track is to promote it and, you know, send it to the masses. And not everyone covers B-sides. And I, for one, I'm always a sucker for B-sides. So that's partly of the many reasons why I do these videos, guys. And Most heavily, it's because of K-pop and how it has helped me throughout life and all. And I could totally see myself going back in the game, and even going back to this video that I recorded today is like, wow, those are the good times. But Drippin, I'm so happy for them. I feel like the music quality is there. It's top notch. It's always tends to be 8.5 or way higher into a 10 out of 10 in terms of consistency for Woollim artists. But Woollim, can't stress this enough. Marketing needs to be better. The timing of the releases needed to be better. Whether it's sometimes where it's like allowing more leeway and teasers to be provided for new fans, potential fans, to anticipate the comeback and all. It's like, oh, I don't have much to check out, but like this group came out with the song, this solo artist came out of the song, and I can't stress that enough. You know, it saddens me that Drippin is not at a level where like, wow, everyone knows Drippin. Like even my friends know Drippin. You know, you have like, for people that can relate with me, majority of my friends don't know about Drippin. They don't know even about Golden Child's discography, which is very unfortunate because Golden Child's discography is truly golden. I really hope I'll get to see them in person at some point if they happen to be nearby and all. Same with Drippin, you know, at some points, and with other Woollim artists like Fun and B and Rocket Punch. But speaking of Rocket Punch, that will definitely be the next single album that I'll cover, if I recall correctly. It had a single album. And then, of course, Eunbi's minis. Eunbi's B-sides. I really want to see what's up with her B-sides, but stay tuned, guys. I appreciate you guys being super patient with me as much as I'm having roller coasters in life and these waves right now. I'm trying to figure things out in life, and it sucks, but you know, it's a matter of taking one day at a time to resolve these things, at least for myself. You know, that's the best way I can do it. And yeah, be sure to like, share, maybe subscribe, as it helps with the channel so much, and just warms my heart connecting with y'all about Drippin in the comment section down below. What's your favorite B-side? Did you connect with me in terms of certain statements, analysis, and what I've said in this review video? But yeah, take care. As always, this has been Garrison, and peace.